Hey guys, so this is gonna be my official review for Black Panther. We went to see it last night, but after seeing it, I said, I can't give it just a reaction. It was too good for that. There was so much meaning behind it and so much to unpack that I was just like, I have to review this. So, I don't know if this will be a regular thing for all the movies that we see, but this one in particular was so special and had so much meaning to it that I had to do it. So the way that this is going to go, first part's going to be the non-spoilery part, and then I'm going to tell you guys when we're going into the spoilers, and then those of you who haven't seen the movie yet, who don't want to hear about the spoilers, who don't want to see stills, can exit out of the video. Thank you for watching, but don't ruin it for yourself. It's an experience that you really need to experience. So, go see it. Go have fun with it. All I can say about it, without spoiling some things, is that the cast did a wonderful job, which I expected nothing less. It was a stellar cast. Lupita, Angela Bassett, Chadwick, they all fit the roles so perfectly and so flawlessly, which I expected nothing less. The message in the movie is very, very, very clear. I'm not sure if I should tell you guys what it is, but it has a very clear message of unity and being there for one another, not only as like Black people, but as just human beings. But yeah, go see it. It's super good. It's a love letter to Black culture, and just because you are of another ethnicity or anything of that sort does not mean that you can't enjoy it. It's a great cinematography wise, it's great CGI wise, so go support great art, go do awesome things. Alright, that's the end of the spoiler section. If you have not seen the movie, exit out now. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys like 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. I know this fisheye lens is weird, guys, but alright, so the first person I want to talk about that has had a stellar performance. I personally have never seen Michael B. Jordan play a villain role before, and I really, really, really think he embraced that part. Like, I did not want to hate Michael, but he made me hate him for those 2 hours that he was on, almost 3 hours that he was on. He was ruthless. I did not expect him to kill the priest. I cannot remember what his name was. I'm gonna have my phone right here because it has the characters' names on it, and I don't want to mess anything up. His character's name was Eric Killmonger. Great job being a villain. I really appreciated that. And also the death that his character had just as an abandoned son because his father got killed by his uncle. It just made the villain, you still hated him, but you understood why he did what he did. Let's see. Who else? There were a lot of scenes that just stood out to me, particularly both, I guess, look-wise and both dialogue-wise. Michael B. Jordan, one of his lines at the very end when T'Challa takes him to see over Wakanda as he's like stabbed in the chest or the gut, I can't remember which part it was, but the Black Panther, he asked him, he was like, let us just arrest you and heal you up, take you back. And he was like, for what reason? So that I can go back to prison and live in bondage. And he was like, no, I'd rather not. And he started to dig the spirit in deeper and was like, when I die, just bury me in the ocean so that I can be with my ancestors who understood that jumping off the boat was better than bondage. Like, that was a powerful freaking line. But I really loved the depth that he brought to the character, and it was not easy to hate him. By the end of the movie, I mean, as a villain, I didn't hate him. I felt bad. I wanted him to like say, okay, I'll live and have a happy family life with T'Challa and them, but that is not the choice that he made. And I think that saying that particular line that I just brought up was a powerful way to explain that choice and justify that choice. Let's see, what else can we talk about? The scene where, hold on, let me find his name. Okay. Oh, and also, before I get off Killmonger, I did not know that Sterling K. Brown was gonna be in this movie. I was so shocked. I am a big, huge fan of This Is Us, and his character, Randall, on there is one of my favorite characters, and for him to be playing the Black Panther's dad's brother, it was like a huge shock and a great surprise to me. It was awesome. W'Kabi, who we know as guy from Get Out, I don't remember his name in that movie, but Daniel, he did a great job. I think that him and the girl that played his general, the Black Panther's general, his head of like women soldiers, which the black women soldier thing, hats off to Stanley for that. That was awesome. I loved it. I think that they made a real cute couple. Obviously, W'Kabi made some bad decisions when choosing to go against T'Challa about the whole not bringing Claw to Wakanda back to them because Claw killed his parents or whatever. But that scene where they were all fighting and it was like the women versus the men of the tribe, right? And then the other tribe with M'Baku comes back in and they're like helping them fight or whatever, and this dude calls out the rhinos on her. Like, he's just going full out with these animals or whatever's, and then the rhino gets close to her because he was going at her with the intention of killing her. And the rhino charges at her, but then it stops and it licks her face like that's his mom, which technically they are. They did raise the rhinos. And I loved that scene, just that whole scene in particular, when the men just finally gave up and bowed to the women. A, it was beautifully shot. B, just that shows the respect that they gained from their husbands. And it's not necessarily a submission deal. I very much believe that traditional marriage is a partnership between two people. You're not necessarily submitting to one person or the other. It's being able to throw down your expectations, whatever that may be, and to compromise. And I think in that moment, that was a symbol of what that would be. Acknowledging your partner's strength and saying, we're both equally as strong and responsible in this relationship. And no one is stronger than the other, is what I think that was about. Let's talk about some fun stuff. Angela Bassett with her white dreads. I know in the comic books, Black Panther's mom has the white hair. I expected them to do like a down wig, you know, like probably some natural curliness to it or something like they do in the comic books. But I loved her in those dreads. She looked fabulous. Lupita did a great job. I think her and Chadwick their chemistry was amazing as far as that goes. Martin Freeman, his character, I was scared there for 2 seconds. I thought we were gonna have another Phil Coulson situation. I'm glad he didn't die when he was out there flying the aircraft, shooting the other aircraft that Killmonger commanded to go out into the States and use and give those weapons to those arms dealers. He was incredibly adorable. I think his character being in the movie, being in Wakanda, is a great example of proper cultural appropriation, because we hear a lot about this in the media, and we've talked about this in one of the classes that I'm taking right now. The true definition of cultural appropriation is not you're taking something and stealing it from another culture without knowing where it is from. It's you learning about that culture and embracing that culture, and that culture embracing you. It's like one big giant hug circle between you and whatever culture you're trying to embrace, and you knowing the parts of that culture that you're embracing and knowing about the history behind those things. And I seriously think that his character was a great example of how to do that properly and how to coexist. Shuri, Black Panther's sister, I love her. She is so smart, and I can't remember who it was I shipped her with. Bucky! I shipped her with Bucky. I saw the 2 after credit scenes, right? And when Bucky came out of his little hut thing and the children were calling him White Wolf, I thought that was so cute. And she was apparently showing him around the country, which I thought was cool. They just looked cute together. I mean, I see it as a possibility. I don't know what you guys think about that. Let me know in the comment section below what y'all think. But yeah, I love when Chadwick went to the other tribe leader, M'Baku, and said, you know, hey, we need your help. And he was like, nobody from your country has ever come to us in like centuries, and now you want to talk about us getting together, us doing this, us doing that. And he was like, it's never too late. And I think that really drove home. I mean, Black Panther drove home that point into the ground until the cows came home, but like, I think that part in particular really drove home that point of, hey, listen, Black people, and me being a biracial person, I can attest to this. I'm gonna be real here. I'm gonna say something, somebody's not gonna like it, but y'all are free to express y'all opinion in the nicest way possible if y'all want to. If I see any negative stuff down in the comments, it's being deleted. But I expect the comments to be civil. Us, as Black people, we tend to hurt each other a lot. And whether that's light skin shaming, dark skin shaming, cliche example, but shooting each other in the streets, getting into arguments with each other. I mean, obviously we live in a society, even in America, where where other ethnicities or whatever don't necessarily care about what happens to us, right? So it's super important for us to stick together and come together as a people and love one another and be there for one another. And we aren't good at that to an extent. For whatever reason, every time one of us gets to a place of authority or good standing, there's always one Black person. Always at least one. There are some that support, I'm not saying that people don't support, but there's always at least one person who is like jealous and wishing practical, like, bad juju on that person. And that is not how we're supposed to be as a culture, as human beings. We are supposed to be there for one another, and then in turn, after we are there for one another, be there for our other fellow human beings. And the movie really just drove the point home, and I really think that's a good message for our young people here, Black, white, Hispanic, otherwise. It was a beautiful movie, great message, great cinematography, great music. The music was beautiful. Props to Kendrick Lamar. Props to the director and the cast. And yeah, I would give it, let's see, what's my rating system gonna be? I would give it 5 Black Panther faces. Alright, that's it. That's my review for Black Panther. It's a beautiful movie, beautiful message. Go see it, support beautiful art. It's definitely not your typical superhero movie. All the scenes were beautiful, some of the greatest scenery I've seen in a movie. And one more point I'd like to add. The dude that did our tickets during the theater, in the theater, he was like, it had a Lion King feel to it. And I was like, I was sitting there watching it, looking for that. And I could see where he was coming from with, like, cinema, like, scene shot wise. The scene where Black Panther goes to meet with the ancestors, both times with the tree of life and all that around it. That's kind of Lion King-ish. Black Panther and Killmonger up there on top of the I guess it was a mountain, I'm not really sure, on top of this mountain looking out over the sunset, letting Killmonger see Wakanda in its fullness for the first time. That felt really Lion King to me. And as far as the music goes, I really appreciated how they wove in hip-hop into the African elements. I wasn't sure how they were gonna do that, but they did it, and they did it gracefully. Yeah, go see it. I give it 5 Black Panther faces, meaning 5 out of 5 stars. Go see it. I want us to break records with this movie, peeps. I'm not even kidding. Alright, that's all I have to say. Peace out. I'll see you guys later. And Wakanda forever.